What's up, everybody? Ooh, I can't even talk straight. Lord, I'm gonna have to put my pads on today. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Euphoria, breathwork goddess, licensed cosmetologist, STD awareness coach, entrepreneur, entrepreneur for the last 4 years. Everything black, beautiful, and bold. I've had my hand in it. I keep the ball rolling, and I want to keep my team winning and spinning. Um, I have a controversial topic today. Also, before I get into that, I have music that you guys can stream on this platform and all other platforms as well. I also have breathwork meditations that you guys can listen to, as well as podcasts that you guys can tap into. I've been doing my podcast since 2021, and I have lots of different topics on there, from conversations about STD awareness, aka or mainly regarding herpes, um, stuff about chakras, breath work, meditation. There's breath work episodes at the end of each podcast as well. So by all means, join in and dive in. If you guys want to connect with me on a more personal level or more consistent, well, I don't know. I'm trying to get more consistent on this platform. But if you guys want to connect with me more, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Euphoria with 9 A's. Excuse me, I'm just cleaning up my aura real quick. And I'm also getting my shock therapy pads out because, child, the devil is a liar, right? Sometimes a little extra help is what we need when it comes to being spiritually protected and being well kept. Because shock therapy is a good way to therapy the body. For anyone out there who might need it, I want to look into it. There's nothing to it to just do it. Okay. All right. Excuse me. There you go. That's a little bit better. That's a lot better. Okay, I had to put on my protection crystals, really look into my heart space to make sure it was safe and clean and clear. Okay. If y'all ever hear me burp and belch, don't get offended, please. It's what I do to release all of the craziness that be going on the inside of this body here. Because it'd be so many energies just trying to it'd be so much. And they just keep coming back around, like trying to attach. Okay, I just want to use some dragon's blood to clear the air real quick. If you guys need any dragon's blood, y'all can go ahead and search on my website for some. What in the world? I don't like that at all. Seeing a reverse image of myself is kind of tripping me out right now because it's like, my afro was smaller on this side, but my eye looks like it's leaning to the side, and my afro is big on this side, but my eye is small on this side. So it's really giving me like a very skewed perception of myself at this moment. Okay. So I just wanted to quickly touch base on this topic. Um, the topic is spiritual abuse to chosen starseed children. This is a heavy one. I usually don't go into my lives with the actual title, but this time I had to because I can't stand to see this stuff continue to happen in my own realm and all across the world because I've seen it in multiple places at this point, and it's like, oh goodness, oh gracious, when we gonna stop this mess? Okay. When it comes to the spiritual abuse of the children, I start to think to myself, what made a person think that it was okay to do certain stuff to a child? Like, when I say spiritual abuse, I mean like these children are star seeds, meaning their vibration is very high, very abundant, very energetic, very uplifting, very healing. But their vibrations are supposed to be used to activate the universe so that we can make the change. So these children are supposed to be around the right people to activate the universe. Again, that's why they were gifted to children. I mean, they were gifted to people who actually want to activate the earth and the universe, right? So these children were in fact gifted to the people who were trying to make the changes on earth. Why is it that people who want to keep the matrix the same feel that they have the right or entitlement to lean on these children and put all their burdens on these children instead of protect these children? Hear me out now. I've always lived with my son my entire life, of course. Well, his entire life. So I've always been that parent that was there. So we've always been connected. I didn't never know how or what because I didn't really understand divine feminine, divine masculine connections. But, I just kind of allowed. Hold on, I'm about to take this off because I'm about to go ahead and put my pads on. So I kind of just, I was just always in flow. Plus, I was heavy into the space of like self pleasure and stuff like that. So my energy was just always flowing. I was never really mindful of like the current, how much was going out, how much was here, how much was there, if I had any, like if it was wasting and stuff like that. Like I never thought about none of that stuff until this year, or until 2-3 years ago when I had my spiritual awakening. So, I always thought to myself, like, oh, okay, life is life. Like, I didn't think deep at all. It was just very surface level. It came to a point where I became aware and I started to recognize that when I would talk to certain people, my son's body language would either stiffen up or it would get more in flow. And I started to pay close and heavy attention to that. Like, okay, well, he's around this person, he starts stuttering, he starts moving his feet back and forth like he don't want whatever it is that they got going on to touch him. As I was getting this awareness with my own self as well. So for me, I just always look at the situation like, I'm paying attention to what his body language is saying. I'm protecting him based on what his body language is telling me about his comfort levels with what's going on, regardless of how it makes somebody else feel. I don't give a fuck about your situation that you tied up in or whatever. That's my son. It's my job to protect him as a mother. Now, in that same breath, I can only do so much because I'm a woman. So a lot of us, we look to masculines in our masculines in our community to kind of assist us, right? And I don't fully understand the way that two men connect. And I made a post about this on Instagram. I got a lot of feedback, but I didn't ever comment back to most of the men because they were saying things about the surface level, which I already understand. I understand the surface level of connection between men. But I need to know on a spiritual level how y'all connect. Like, is the fact that, let me put this out blatantly, is the fact that I feel entry pathways through what we say is the root chakra, the anus. I thought the root chakra was just where the coccyx was. I didn't think that it was the actual hole. You feel me? So when I'm seeing people connecting to my son's energy, and it's like all I can feel is, and I'm just like, cue. But then when I block the energy off, he seems to come back to himself. Like he get his energy back. He stopped stuttering. He started looking his regular self. So is what you're doing actually appropriate for him? Is it truly a good connection for him? If I'm clearly seeing that when I allow this kind of connection, it changes his body language. Excuse me, sir. Oh shit! This joint just shocked my damn thigh. How'd that happen through the paper? Oh, sticky part was open and exposed. Strangely enough, I don't feel anything on my back. I usually do. Maybe I didn't put the right ones, the actual conductors. Let me see if I turn it up a little bit more. Where I feel it in my thighs. Yeah. But nothing's connected to my thigh. So again, I'm not trying to, I'm sorry, this is probably really piggish, me keep burping, but it's like I'm releasing energies that I feel like are kind of invading my personal space. Now I get that we're all connecting, all is one, but it's like, how do men connect? Because I find myself in this space of the Lions Gate, connecting with people more so in the heart space. So it's easier for me to just be like in the heart space with it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, just pouring out my love and affection from my heart. Not from my butthole, not from my cootie cat, but like pushing energy out of my heart. Like, so I don't really understand. Exactly one is trying to accomplish by I don't feel anything. This is weird. I think I might need to switch over pads on one side. Basically what I'm saying, I'm sorry, because like whoever's in my energy is like making me drag and they're like not allowing me to say what I want to say. Basically what I'm saying is I don't really like it that people feel the need to plug into children's buttholes and sexually exchange energy. Like, don't get me wrong, nurturing energy is nurturing energy when it comes from mom and dad. But like when it comes from people who aren't mom and dad, it's like, what the hell is going on? And then on top of that, like, I don't want my sons passed out, sleeping in a coma all day. And people making comments like, "Oh, you look spent. Oh, look like you spent all that. Ain't no more money in that account. That's your negative." Like he's supposed to be like my purse or something. So it's just for me, it's really traumatizing because I remember back when I was in elementary school, I did have a teacher that I had a crush on, which I had no business having a crush on him. But like he would be in my dreams, literally like sleeping with me. I'm sitting on his leg, on his thigh, rubbing myself down on his thigh and stuff. Like, so if I've had that happen to me when I was 5, I can only imagine what could happen to my son at the age of 12. Have you mind when I moved here, he finally had his first wet dream. He been around me and my nurturing energy all this time. Now all of a sudden he having wet dreams. It's not gonna ring a red alarm. Like, what's getting you so aroused all of a sudden now that you didn't have access to? Because you actually was playing with girls and people outside. You know what I'm saying? he was actually playing with girls his age outside who had crushes on him, and even was able to talk to girls on the phone at night with his friends. And that didn't happen. But as soon as we move here, now all of a sudden he having wet dreams, and I'm feeling like it's too much sexual energy being pulled out of me. I can only imagine what he's going through. So this spiritual abuse that I'm talking about is, harvesting their sexual energy, their sacral energy, just for the sake of manifesting their own stuff. And it's just like, that ain't right. We got to find ways to protect these children. Like, I even feel a pull in my heart chakra. Was like somebody don't want me to say what I'm saying, which means I'm feeling it in his heart because I'm connected to him right now. We as adults got to do better. We got to heal our own traumas and figure out how we can get ourselves to feel stronger in the spirit without pulling it out of children. Yes, they're here to re-nurture us back to it and keep us young, but when we're sitting here like 5 people on one kid, like, go have your own children, type. Then all these different women that might want to plug into my son, like they keep introducing my son to all these different people. It's just like, I don't really like that, because it's a different way to connect that doesn't require so much of that sexual energy. It requires a nurturing that comes from the heart. It's like, again, I feel pressure on me about saying this. Like, there's an energy in my space that doesn't want me to talk about this. And there go his friends calling him on FaceTime. They feel it too. They like, hold up. We got a man down. What's going on? And what it is somebody's in his energy going to Pound Town on his butthole. I just burped the energy out because I just closed the portal off. And now I feel better. You see what I'm saying? Y'all hear and feel the difference in energy now, right? Bro, we got to do better. I got to restart this one because I gotta come in with a different energy.